So much has happened over the past few months that I don't even know where to begin. It feels like my life is just going downhill and that there is no way up anymore. I guess to understand this story, we'll have to go at least 6 months back. Ever since I came to this country, my one and only dream has been to leave this country. Escaping a third world country is not easy, especially when you have one of the worst passports in the entire world. Where you reside can greatly affect how successful you can become because of the amount of opportunities that are available. And the greater the amount of opportunities that are available, the more risks you can take and the higher you can increase the probability of you becoming successful. I was born in Saudi Arabia, where I stayed for the first 5 years of my life. Then I came to Bangladesh, where I stayed for 3 years. Then after that, I basically grew up in Botswana. And then in December of 2019, when my mum passed away, we had no choice but to move to Bangladesh. And for the past 4 years, the only thing that I've been praying for and begging is to allow me to leave this country because I live in one of the noisiest cities in the world. I live in one of the most polluted cities in the world. Crime rate is pretty high. Quality of food is really bad. I have to be so selective about what I eat because if I eat something wrong, my stomach will instantly go bad. So after I finished college last year, I decided that I was gonna chase my dream. I think the thing that's stopping me from making my dreams come true is literally just money. I don't need a lot of clout or anything like that. I just need money so I can be able to afford travel. One thing that I'm good at is editing videos. So I started emailing a bunch of creators that I was watching and somehow I started working for them. But very soon I started realizing that I was working a lot and I was not making enough money. On the outside it might look like making banks, but truth be told I'm not really making a lot of money. For Bangladesh I'm making a lot of money, okay? I don't want to stay stuck in a third world country forever. I want to live a better life. I want to give my kids a better life if I do get kids. I want to give my dad a better life. For me, since I sort of grew up outside, once you sort of have that taste, it's very difficult to settle down into a third world country because you're always reminded of the greener grass on the other side of the bank. I've been sort of thinking about going to uni because almost everyone, some of my childhood friends are already in the third year of university. I'm 21 by the way. It feels bad. In a year or two I'll be doing a lot more better, but right now there's that pressure that's coming from parents and also just expectations and stuff where I'm like, should I go to university and just get that psychology degree? Dear Ibrahim Skider, congratulations on fulfilling the academic requirements on our conditional offer to you. We are pleased to inform you an unconditional offer to study on the following course. So I just got accepted. Yay. Yeah, now the only problem is the money. The very first problem that we came across was sending our money to the university. Every single bank that we went to, they told us that it was impossible for us to send money to the university because of some dollar crisis that was going on. And so from the very beginning, it seemed like I was never going to be able to leave this country. Oh, we can't open a student file, there's dollar crisis and stuff. And then I contacted someone that I knew who was really high up in the banking system, and they had to make just one phone call. And then after that, I was able to, in the same bank that I went to, and I asked them. Or else I'll probably, obviously I'm not used to the bribing system. I probably would have had to, we'll have to bribe the bank and then they can help us send money, which is also another thing, ton of corruption. I'm just tired of this place and I never want to come back here, ever. Now keep in mind, I got a scholarship of £3,500 from this university in the UK, and the condition was that we had to pay the full tuition for the very first year, which we had no problems with, and so we sent the money, and then literally 2 days later they sent me another offer letter without that scholarship, and now I'm really confused, what's happening? So we emailed the university and they tell us, oh sorry, we made a mistake, we're not gonna be able to give you that scholarship, so we're revoking it. What the f? And also around this time we were looking at the immigration policies. Turns out instead of paying 1 year's insurance, you have to pay all 3 years of insurance that you're gonna be staying in the UK. So now all of a sudden, the calculations that we've been doing for months is not matching up. University as an international student is very expensive. If you're someone who lives in the EU or in the UK, it's pretty cheap, bro. They pay half of what we pay. And so after months of daydreaming about going to the university, it just seemed like that was not going to be possible. Nothing in my life will ever go easy. Something has to always go wrong. At this point, I find it quite amusing whenever something goes wrong. If something's not going wrong, I don't feel, there's just something in my stomach that's always tingling, and it's telling me something's gonna go wrong. Always be prepared for it. Now I know the thing that I'm crying about is very petty because there's not a lot of money, especially if you're American or from other countries where you guys pay a ton of money. With me, I care about it because I'm paying very little for it, but then a lot of that burden is going to my family, and I don't want to give them that burden. I feel like I'm at that age, where I feel bad, because I know how much blood, sweat and tears had to go into making this money, because money is literally people's stored energy and time. Sometimes, things go wrong in our life, and sometimes it's for the good. So now I'm thinking, what? I am gonna look into more options. So at the very last minute, we decided to go with another university. Then the whole revolution took place in Bangladesh, so we were not able to process our visa in time. 3 weeks ago, I applied for my visa. I went and gave my fingerprints. They took my photos, and we were expecting to get my visa literally this week, and then I was supposed to be flying. I kind of understand that life is difficult. It's not meant to be easy, and whatever happens for a reason, especially the bad. I think it's there to build character. I genuinely believe that, but sometimes it just gets too much, and you're like, please, I need a solution. I need a way out of all of this. They say that I have to sit for an interview so they could evaluate if I'm going there to, seek asylum or something like that. I gave the interview a few days ago. I'm already behind an entire week of classes, and probably I'm gonna be behind another 2 weeks. But the big problem is that I got a message from the university saying that they need me to submit my visa by the 30th of September. Today is the 23rd of September, and I gave my interview on the 20th. Usually they need 15 more days after I've given my interview. There is no way on earth that I'll ever be getting my visa in time. What am I gonna do next? Like, where am I gonna go? For the past 4 years, all that I've wanted to do was leave this country, and now you're telling me that I can't even leave it? Today is the 2nd of October, which is way past the 30th September's deadline. I've been trying my best to contact the university. Basically, they have said that I need to enter the UK within the 14th of October. I'm expecting to get my visa by the 8th of October. With all that being said, it's still very frustrating that I'm having to go through this struggle, this moment of difficulty. It's really annoying. I guess I've been feeling really low. I haven't been doing much editing work. After I lost all my clients due to the internet blockade, I realized that I was actually burnt out. I took on a few clients and I had to let them go immediately because I just couldn't handle the pressure. I would sit down to edit and my body would just repulse, and I would just feel lost. It's like it's a part of me which I've lost. So that's why I've been relaxing for some time, and now I'm trying to look back into work, because obviously money is important. You need money. Money is a useful, powerful tool in this world. It's not everything, but having money makes life, a lot more easier. But I was also thinking about this epiphany that I had when I was leaving for Maldives last year around this time. When I was going to the plane, there was this moth inside the bus and it was trying to go outside. It was just, going and hitting the window and wondering why it can't go outside. I caught it, and that shit was just there crying, wiggling and being no, please let me go. And I was just holding, and I was like, this dumb shit, just wait. Once we arrived at the place and the gates opened, I just let it go. And in that moment, I kind of realized that, sometimes in life we want to go somewhere, but we keep on hitting an invisible window and we don't even know how to get past that invisible window. And sometimes, God, picks us. Not saying that I'm handpicked, but sort of picks us, puts us through, some form of struggle, and then sort of lets us go. So perhaps UK is not a good option for me. Perhaps I'm supposed to go to an even far better place. Who knows? I'm gonna try my very best to the very end, and then if things don't work out, we're gonna go for some other country, okay? It's not the end of life. No lion is a man. I want the world at the palm of my hands. I hate the beach, but here I stand in California with my toes in the sand. Use the sleeves of my sweater. Let's have an adventure. This is where I almost drowned 2 years ago. So I was not feeling really well that time. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. I was just dead on the inside. And so I came to nature to reconnect with it. And I thought, you know what, maybe I should take a dip. I started losing breath. I could feel my muscles were fatiguing. And so I just somehow U-turned and came back and saved my life. But that really hurt my ego, because I know that I can swim much further than that without ever getting tired. I've done that before. And so literally the next day I came with a different strategy of using backstroke. I took it stroke slowly, and as I kept getting deeper and deeper into the water, I just kept on saying Allahu Akbar. It does not mean kaboom, it means God is the greatest. Sometimes in life, It's kind of like maneuvering through a deep river. You don't know what's underneath. You could easily drown. With each stroke that you're taking, you don't know how far you are from shore or how close are you getting to shore. But you just have to put your trust in God. You just, have to take each step and be grateful that you're still alive and doing well. Every problem in our life, whatever, adversity we go through, mentally, emotionally, physically, or even spiritually, these problems are very small. They're not really that big. It's just that with the negative mind, it just grows a lot big. When the fear starts to consume you, everything can feel hopeless. Everything can feel hopeless. And it feels like you can never do it until you did it. I just got an email saying that they have made a decision on my application. So now the only thing that's left is passport collection. Tomorrow's a Thursday, Friday's the start of the weekend here. Sunday is usually not a weekend, but there's puja, and because of that, Sunday's off, and Monday is literally the day I need to be in the UK. So I have no idea how we're going to be able to pull this one off. Maybe we can have the university extend the date, which I doubt they will, because the 14th is already an extended date. I don't think they will extend it further anymore. Oh Lord. At the last minute. At the very last minute, bro. I love my life. I genuinely do. Yesterday we went to the VHS Global office and they have basically told us that we need to just wait until Monday. We have asked the university to extend that date. I don't know if by today they will grant me that permission. I'm sure whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen for the best, because we plan things but the one above plans things even better. Perhaps it's for the best, something that I'll not understand now but something I'll understand later, because a lot of bad things have happened to me in the past and I thought, no, this is the end of life, but it turned out to be one of the best things that have ever happened to me. I never thought a day like this would come, but sometimes you have to be prepared for the worst. This is just a test. I'm actually fine. I thought I would be crying.
I'm absolutely fine. It's a little scratch. Alhamdulillah. It's just a little test, guys. Things like this always happen in life, and you can look at it as from a negative perspective, or you can be like, it is what it is. It's just part of life. Now I just need to get back up and just, carry on.
Literally 6 hours ago, I think I just had the worst accident of my life, and I'm doing okay, alhamdulillah. So I took my cycle and I was going to the mosque for my Zuhr prayer, afternoon prayer, and this is a T. If a car stops right there, it's gonna go there, right? Literally right by this T, just like this blue truck. They came and stopped right there. I was behind a few cars. I took the left side and I'm going. I'm not pedaling or anything, I'm just letting my cycle glide. And little did I know that truck, in the middle of the road, they were gonna open the left door. I hit that, I flew, and I think I blacked out for a few seconds. Something at the back of my head paining, and this ringing noise, and my vision being absolutely blurry. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna die or something. I'm looking at my arms, it's all wobbly, and I'm like, maybe I broke my arm or something. I see people coming and pulling my arm. In a dream where you can't speak, it sort of feels like that. I somehow muster up the courage to be like, pull me from my back and not from my arm, because I'm thinking like, my arm's broken, they might break it even more. As they're picking me up, I'm thinking I'm gonna die. And so I'm like, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, Allahumma a'inni ala ghamaratil maut wa sakaratil maut. I keep saying it, because I'm thinking I'm gonna die. And if I die, that's the very last thing I wanna say. They put me on the ground, adrenaline is rushing through my body, my mind recenters, it's sharp again. I'm looking around, everybody is like rushing in, they're all screaming and stuff. I'm calming them down because I don't want that energy to affect my mind. People's energy can really affect your mind, so I'm calming them down and I'm looking around. My arm is like completely fine and I'm like, alhamdulillah, all praise be to God. I'm not dead, I'm alive. I go straight into sujood, I bow down, I prostrate, and I'm thanking God. I'm thanking Allah for keeping me alive and for nothing going wrong. The people that hit me with the door, they come in, they're apologizing, they're like, let's put you in a rickshaw and take you to the hospital. My brain is very sharp. I know what that means. In Bangladesh, they'll hit you and they'll run away and they'll not take responsibility. So I'm like, no, I'm not letting you do that. You're gonna put me in your truck and you're gonna take me to the hospital. They take me to the hospital, they stitch me up. From the video footage, it looks like the slit was really big. I lost a good amount of blood, but I'll be honest, I don't feel like it's that bad. I completely feel normal. Alhamdulillah. Things could go so bad. I could have a hemorrhage in my head. I could be completely like paralyzed. My mom was paralyzed when I was just 9 years old, so I know that experience. I can move all my limbs because the back of the head, I think, is called the cerebellum. That's what controls your muscle movement and coordination. And look at me, I'm doing pretty well. Nothing has happened to me, alhamdulillah. That was today. Tomorrow is literally Monday, the last day for my university. This very bad thing is a good thing. You know, sometimes good things can be a bad thing and bad things can be a good thing. Perhaps because of this injury that I've had, the university may feel sympathy and they may allow me another 2 weeks before I go there. I'm feeling a lot more better. If I'm being honest, that accident was horrible. It was one of the worst accidents that has ever happened to me in my life, and I just laughed it off back then. But now that I'm getting to sort of look back at like the footage and like what I had experienced, it was bad. It was really bad. Alhamdulillah, all praise be to God. Somehow, you know, I'm alive and I'm doing well. I could be right now dead, or I could be completely paralyzed and crying in some hospital bed. I don't fear death. I believe that, you know, after death we go to a different place. So in this life we come to prepare for what's after death. So I just got my passport today, and basically we had to withdraw my application because you don't want a rejection, especially from a country like UK when you have one of the worst passports in the world. Let's say they'll take in 6 million applications. They know that they will only allow 2 million people in. So what they will intentionally do is they will withhold the decision until your enrollment date is gone. And once that enrollment date is gone, they're gonna give you a rejection using a legal loophole. They say that a decision was made on my application, then literally a few days before, they say that they have not made a decision. So now I don't even know where I'm gonna be going next. So it is depressing, but I know that some door is gonna open. If you keep trying and you keep trying, and God is seeing you trying and trying and trying again, I'm sure He's gonna open doors for you. If He has closed all these doors, that means the biggest door of your life is gonna open. You just have to be patient and put up with the storm, and eventually the storm will come to an end.
Now preparing for takeoff. Please put your seat to upright position, arms down, and please